postponeradio.com. Tune in now for shout-outs and requests. Call, WhatsApp or SMS us on 0044 777 0603 264.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Conqueror, we are conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, conqueror.
Lady J.
He coulda rough, he coulda tough some more. We gotta make it. Lioness, I try the battlefield hardcore. Chances we gotta take it. There's no fail without trying. Must prevail, I ain't lying. Gideon soldiers, no more crying. Every time we make it to the top, someone will try to break you down. Every time you give it your best shot, someone is there to block you out. Don't let them break you down. Don't let them break you down. Cause every time you make it to the top, there'll be mountains to climb. So I say on my grind, making up my mind. As the sun a shine, I must win this time. Ha! Yeah, big up, London Hot Radio listeners. It's me, Lady J, here again. Sunday afternoon, pleasant day so far. Yeah, so I'm here with Al Mac.
Good afternoon, Lady J.
Good afternoon, Al Mac and DJ Sin. Big up yourself every time for the opportunity. We don't know, enough respect. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's been quite a tough week this week, you know. How's your week been, Al Mac?
Oh, well, like I was saying before, my week was, I would say, ups and downs, because I did point it out to you that last week I had this virus thing. When I said virus, I mean a fever. Oh. And
I'm like,
more or less, I lost.
Like, what are you talking about, Al Mac? What are you talking about, Al Mac?
Yes.
What virus?
I had a few sleepless night last week, but I must say that there's quite a lot of improvement, which actually, I have during the week, and now I think it's gone now, and I want to wait a couple of days more to be sure.
Yeah.
That everything is gone. But right now I'm feeling good because I can sleep at night now without any problem. I have to breathe through my mouth. I don't do that anymore. So to me, Lady J, that's one good thing.
And I think, you know what I noticed? I noticed that people that have had hay fever this time round, it's been really, really bad. Yeah. Would you say this is the worst hay fever attack you've had?
This is the first time I had it. Because when it first came on, I didn't know that was more or less...
Oh, you've never had hay fever before?
No, I didn't have it before.
Oh.
And it's surprised to me because when I've been told that I have hay fever, I thought, well, I never had this thing before. So how come it does affect me now? But there you go. In this world, anything can happen.
Yeah, because hay fever is a thing. I had it once. Well, they said it was a hay fever. And I mean, this was very, very many, many years ago. And I had, the itchy eyes and, mine was runny nose. And I thought, what is this? Because I'm not coughing. It didn't feel like a cold. However, it did feel like a cold, but I wasn't coughing. So what was this? And, I went to my doctors, and doctors said it was hay fever. This was about 15 years ago. And it's never, ever happened since, It only happened that one time. And I thought, wow, what is this? But I've noticed, like, with a lot of people this time round who have hay fever on a regular basis, it's affected them really bad this time round.
Yes, it does. It does. And I do hope that I don't experience that sort of thing anymore or again, because it's not good. Yeah. It's not good at all.
Because we had a student, and he had it really, really bad. And he even said it was the worst he's had it. And, we had him in our, we've got in our department, we call it the hub.
Right,
and,
okay.
We had a student in there, and, 1 minute he was awake and his eyes were streaming, his eyes were swollen, puffy, and he had to be in school because they had assessments to do.
Right,
So we've had all
okay.
assessments all week, which are similar to exams, but they're basically assessing the student to see what level they're on. So it's not like an exam. However, you know, if you're caught cheating, you can be disqualified.
Yeah, well,
Because it is an
yeah.
assessment. And he was, you know, just to be away from the crowds, he was working in the hub. And at one stage, he was fast asleep, arms stretched out on the table and everything, fast asleep, snoring, you know. And he said that sleep it was a relief to have that sleep because he hadn't been sleeping at nights because of the hay fever. And because it has been so hot as well, that
Yeah.
didn't help, you know. But, you know, I'm hearing them talk about, one of the days, it was the hottest days of ever, you know, they always talk about this thing, innit? Oh, this was the hottest day of the year and stuff like that.
Yeah, but what I did and helps me quite a lot is sort of a full the basin, the
With some hot
bathroom
water.
with some hot water,
Yeah.
and then cover my head with a towel
Yeah.
and just go over it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, and you'll be surprised what that actually can do for
Yeah,
you.
it does quite a lot.
you
I
don't-
know some people put olive oil in it.
Yeah,
Or
yes,
a bit of
yes,
Vicks
yes,
in the
and all
water
that-
and then put the bowl over their head.
Right,
you know.
right. That more or less,
Steam it up.
yeah, clear your nose for a minute or two.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you keep on doing it like every morning and every evening, you find that will help quite a lot,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Because you've got to find your own little remedies, you know. 'cause
oh
I mean,
yes, oh yes.
You know,
oh,
they've got
yes.
lots of medication on the market, you know, Piriton and different medication. But some of those medication, they're taking them for the hay fever, and it's causing side effects. So it's causing them to
Yes.
sleep. You know,
Yes.
people that have got drive, that, you know, they've got hay fever, and then they're taking these medication, and it's causing them to fall asleep at the wheel and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
You know,
bad. That's bad.
so that's
not
tricky.
good.
So I think, you know,
That's
you've
not
got
good.
to find, you know, I always say you've got to seek alternative medicine.
Yeah.
You know, even though the doctors might give you something and say, right, this is for that, that's for that, but you've still got to try and find ways to heal yourself, stuff that work for you. You know?
Exactly.
So hence, like, you know, get your head over the bowl and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Even some people I know, they've even had a hot toddy. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
that helps
And
as well.
that helps as well. And
Yeah.
who would think a hot toddy? You know, people are not really thinking of a hot toddy. To have a hot toddy, I think you all know what a hot toddy is, don't you guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Trixie Lee. Hey, you know, I'm thinking they're not really sure what a hot toddy is, but, you know, it's normally like, you know, you might have a hot drink, you got your ginger, you got your garlic, you boil up your garlic and your ginger in hot water, and you put your honey, you sweeten it with honey once it's all boiled up and dissolved, and you put a bit of white rum in it.
Oh.
You can put a bit of brandy if you want.
Oh.
Hot toddy.
You're going deep.
Yeah, man.
And I tell you what, last week as well, I was very, very excited, ecstatic, if you might say, because, you know, we had this message about this missing person. What's her name again?
Oh my goodness! Yes, the young lady that
The
was
young-
missing. They
yes.
didn't actually say her name, if I remember.
Yes, they did.
I can't
because-
remember
yeah,
it now.
but
You know why? Because I
anyhow,
think because she's home safely and
Yeah.
everything. You know.
But when you actually sent me a text
Oh yes.
and say that she was in the police station or something like that,
yeah. She'd been found.
at the time, I feel like walking
She'd been
over
found.
the moon.
You know, it was.
You know?
It was a magnificent feeling because, you know.
Yes.
Bless up
yes,
yourself,
it
Father
was.
Fox. You know, because Father Fox came in. He's abroad now. He's in Jamaica. Big up yourself.
He is.
And he's doing some good works out there as well. You know.
Oh, right.
But when he came in, because it's a friend of the family,
Uh-huh.
you know, and when he came in and he, you know, we did the announcement to say that the young lady was missing and stuff, and, you know, he did his announcement when he came in as well. And I think within a couple of hours or so, an hour and a bit or so, you know, we got the message to say that she'd been found, you know, and she was at the police station, Croydon
Yeah.
police station, which was... It was such an amazing
Absolutely
feeling,
marvelous,
you know,
marvelous.
because so many young kids are going missing nowadays, and they're not finding them. So you know, it's a blessing to know that she was found. You know, it was amazing. It was amazing.
I would say to that youngster today that you know, now you know the
give
pain.
thanks for life. Give thanks
Your
for
thanks
life.
for life, and you know the pain and the heartache which you know you put up on your parents, Because
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know what happened. Because even now, we haven't really heard the full story of it. Because it could be anything. Because, sometimes the young people, there's a lot of peer pressure out there. And you have, like, a friend might say, oh, follow me here. It's happened to me. It happened to me when I was younger. The friend said, oh, follow me here. Even though, yes, I do understand that young person put a lot of pressure on their parents. But at the time, they're not thinking what they're doing. They're following their friend, go here, there, and everywhere. They're not thinking. And the peer pressure that they receive a lot of the time from their peers, it is dread. It is dread. And they want to belong somewhere. They want to feel part of a group or part of being involved with maybe people that are more out there, young people that are out there, roadworthy and road girl and road man who know what they're doing, and they want to be part of it. So sometimes for that split second, they're not thinking about the pressure that they've put on their parents and family and friends, And I think it's only once it's happened they realize, oh my God, why did I do that?
Yeah, because put it this way, you actually got a spirit in you, and anything goes wrong, your spirit always tell you what is wrong and what is right.
Maybe she felt that way as well. Maybe she felt even what she was doing was wrong at the time.
Yes.
But the peer pressures overlook that. It overrides that.
I would say friends could be involved, because
definitely, because it was a friend's. She went with a friend to the party.
Exactly. So she's actually trying to keep up with the friends, do what the friends do. And most of the time, the friends are wrong anyway. And when that friends see that friend are in trouble, they put out away from that friend and probably call her a fool or something like that.
That's where the peer pressure comes in, because they want to feel like they belong. So they want to say,
exactly.
I'm doing something bad as well,
But the thing about it, the parents is there. And if the parent says something to the young lady, then I know the age is a bit dodgy, because you don't want your parents to tell you what to do. But the thing about it, that it's only going to be beneficial to you in the long term, because whatever your parents say to you, then obviously you obey your parents and do that. You grow up with that same attitude, and that's going to help you through life. If you don't, you're going to end up in trouble. As simple as that. So always listen to your parents and do as your parents say. You got to have your own little time and everything to go out. But if you're going out, make sure you tell your parents where you're going. Who you're going with, because that makes sense. Because anything goes wrong, then they can actually get in touch with your friend, parents, or whatever to know where you guys are. That is what I'm saying, Lady J. What do you say to that?
That is so difficult. Don't get me wrong. I hear you say when you say obey your parents, but it depends on the circumstances, because it works two ways. As long as the parents are showing that young person respect, and I wouldn't say obey, I'd say listen. Try and listen to what your parents are saying. If you know that your parents, you're coming from a good background, you're brought up well, there's food in your cupboard, there's electricity, there's gas, and you know you probably all got the latest outfit. Your parents, them ain't disrespecting you. Yeah. But then there's kids out there that they can't obey their parents because of what they're going through. Their parents might be alcoholics, drug addicts. There's a young lady that there's a young lady that I know, she could never obey her parents, because both her parents, even though she plays them off against each other, but she is coming from a broken home. So for her to obey her parents, it's so difficult. So it definitely depends on the circumstances. She can't obey her parents because both parents, the father wasn't there. For the first 6 months of her life, the father was there. For the rest of her life, up until the age of 13 and say 2 weeks, she hadn't seen her father. Her father came into her life. Her father's been in her life for 8 months, and it's been nothing but turmoil with the young lady, her mother, her father. She's going back and forth to this parent. She's at the dad's, she's at the mum's, she's at the mum's. The mum's drinking, the mum's hitting her. She's having to run out of the house all 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. She's ending up going to the dad's. The dad's there, not really paying much mind to what she's doing. Seeing her as a 13-year-old coming into his house at 4 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't even know she's coming. She's just turned up there, but because she's got a key, she's able to let herself in. 4 o'clock in the morning, the dad's coming in. The daughter's coming into her father's house because, I've had an argument with mum. Mum hurt me. Mum twisted my arm backwards. Mum's done this. Mum slapped me in the face. You know? So it definitely depends on the circumstances. And that young lady, she is so wanting to be educated and wanting to know in her lessons, wanting to know, do things the right way. She's doing her exam. She's struggling. She's going through hell with her parents, having to stay at the father's, stay at the mother's. 1 minute she's here, next minute she's there. She now, and there's lots of children like that out there, find it hard to obey their parents. Now, because of her finding it hard to obey her parents, because of what she's going through with the parents, being abused and, just not being treated properly, she turned to her friends and started smoking, started taking, drugs, started cutting. Because when you talk to her about the cutting, why are you cutting? She says, when I cut and I use a razor blade and cut my arm and the blood runs out of my arm, it feels like it's washing away all the problems that I have with my parents. So for that split
very,
second,
very sad.
But then, she'll say that after that, then she'll feel the pain, she'll feel the stinging pain, and then realise I've cut myself. Because for that split second, it's sort of gone out of her mind that what she's doing is wrong.
Mm.
But her seeing the blood flow from her arm, once she's cut herself, it feels like a relief. She feels like she can start again with her parents. Maybe it'll be better this time. But it's not.
What you said just now, Lady J, sort of shook me up a little bit.
Yeah, so it's difficult when you say you've got to obey your parents, because sometimes it's difficult because sometimes they can't. Some of them turn to friends for that comfort, that being wanted. Oh, I'm gonna, like their friend might phone them. Oh, I'm gonna phone such and such, and then them getting that call and saying, oh, that person's asked me to come up the West End. Oh, we're gonna go up there and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We're gonna meet people. They're not thinking about the dangers of where they're going. In the back of her mind, she said to me, in the back of her mind, when her friend asked her to go up West End, they're meant to be going to school. Some of the time she bunks school because she's, she knows that when she's at school, the parents are going to, because the minute that she's in school, she has to be thinking about, am I going to go to my mum's or am I going to go to my dad's? So sometimes she'll bunk, when a friend phones her and says, oh, let's go, she'll just go up there in a shot.
Yeah, well, to me, Lady J, that is not a very good thing, especially...
No, it's not, but it's, for her, it's survival, because at the same time, she's doing her exams, doing her assessments, and she's doing pretty well, because we're looking at the work and we're saying, oh, God, she's done really well there. She's, if it's art, for example, art, she's done a really great picture in the art lesson and, in her art lesson, and it's like, wow. That's magnificent.
Well, to me, if she's doing that, she's very much determined to do better.
But at the same time, it still doesn't dispute the fact that she still will go and do naughty things.
Of course she will do naughty things. But what I'm saying is that what you said to me, that the mother wasn't, I would say, not a real mother, because if she was a real mother, then obviously she wouldn't drink and behave the way she do.
But then you have
to
look
realize, you must realize that there is a child involved, and whatever she do is going to reflect on that child. and also the father, which was very good of parenting, then obviously that child done well to keep herself out of trouble and dangers, and her intention is to work well at school so she can make a better life for herself. And to me, that is really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, but
It's cool.
we talking
Yeah.
about we
But,
talk.
I think like we're sometimes with the parents as well. Some of them are pretty young. You got like a lot of pretty young parents out there, and they have them. You got to look at they themselves never got a good upbringing, so they're only doing what they learned.
So why did they have children in the first place?
Well, we don't know. It could be all different. There's loads of different. See, I always put myself in other people's shoes. There's different reasons why people have children. Nowadays, hardly anybody will go out there and say, you never hardly see a couple nowadays that will say, yeah, we're going to plan and have children. It just happens. A young lady might meet a young man. Next thing you know, they've linked up together. Ray, there's a child involved. The guy might say to the girl, listen, I don't really want no kids. I want you to get rid of it. She's made up her mind. I ain't getting rid of my child. I'm keeping my child. But the background that they may have come from a broken home themselves, and they're also having children. But they want to change the cycle of the broken home they came from. So they're bringing that child into the world. They're saying to themselves, right, we're going to try and make it. I'm going to try and be the best mother I can. But due to maybe not being supported properly, having to go on benefits, not being able to work, it causes a problem for that mother. That mother, it could be a thing where the mother was in an abusive relationship. Father's not there anymore. She's decided that she's going to bring up the child to the best of her ability, but maybe it's not working out. Stresses are upon her. She starts drinking. She has one drink, feels that maybe
Feels good about it.
Falls asleep, whatever.
And then she have another one.
And then, the next night, the problems of whatever's on the world, maybe being on benefits, money didn't come in and so forth, and not being able to buy food, having to probably starve herself to make sure the children are fed. So there's so many different things. So I won't always look and say, oh, that ain't a good mother because you should have never had a child, because you've got to look at the background of where they're coming from, and maybe they didn't want to get rid of their child. Maybe they hoped it would be better for that child, but due to circumstances, it didn't work out. They've probably turned to drink. They've probably turned to drugs. I've worked with so many young mothers. As I said, I've worked with young baby mothers and young baby fathers, and a lot of them came from broken homes. A lot of them are bringing up kids single-handed, not being supported by the baby fathers, and some of them are going out there and, stealing, shoplifting and selling the things so that they can buy food. And a lot of them came from broken homes, but they try to make things better for themselves. And then because of the environment that they're living in temporary accommodation. So those kids that are growing up in temporary accommodation with these young parents, they're only seeing that their parents are living, their mother, for example, is living in a house with loads of different women, and they're having to leave from that house, go to school. They're coming home. They're going to school. They're not doing so well because they're living in temporary accommodation. There's lots of arguments with the mothers are arguing with each other. The kids are arguing with each other. The parents are turning the kids against each other and so forth. There's a lot of things going on in temporary accommodation, and it reflects on the child. So the child goes to school now, and all the child is seeing that I need to get away from this, or I need to get away from that. So hence they go and they start doing wrongs. So it's like a domino effect, so going back to where you may say you have to obey, sometimes that it don't work. It's not going to work for everybody. It's not going to work for every child, because loads of children are going through crap where they cannot obey their parents.
Yeah, well...
But the ones that are living in a good home and your parents are supporting you and looking after you and bringing you up. You got food in your house, your cupboards are full, everything nice. Them ones, listen to what your parents are saying, you know, because they wouldn't say anything to you that, you know, that's going to harm you. So you got to look at where you're coming from, you know, and you know, try and stay on the right road if you know that you've got parents that are really, really there supporting you, you know?
Yeah, well, put it this way, Lady J, this world is a very big world. It's got no ending. And some youngsters might think, oh, well, I can hold the old world into the palm of my hands. No, you can't. You cannot. And if you find yourself in a situation where you are in difficulties, there may be or must be some organization out there
Oh, yes, there
which
is,
you can
yeah.
talk
There's
to.
There's loads.
And those organizations may be able to help you on your way.
Yeah, and I mean, we've
Yes.
got, you know, big up Childline, because Childline came about and gave young people that platform that if they were being abused at home, or if there was something that was going on that they weren't happy with, they were able to call Childline. You know, so that was an independent, you know, where children you can, you know, you're not going, things are going wrong, call Childline. And I think that's amazing.
Yes.
Because Childline has helped a lot of young people.
Yes, and the young people, do be careful of these young men. Not all of them, because they would see you and they would say nice things to you, but in their hearts and their words, it's like the poison of a snake.
But at the same time, there's women out there like that as well. So it
Yes.
works both ways.
So you have to be very careful wherever you go. Nowadays, there's quite a lot is happening to our youngsters each and every day. Some got killed. Some, you know, end up, I don't know what.
Well,
But-
you know what? I think at the end of the day, it's all about thinking about your peers as well, guys. You know what I mean? Because young people are, it's not even about men or young men telling them anything. It's all about your peers as well. You know what I mean? Try and work together, guys. Yes, there's a lot of you fighting off each other, you know, killing off one another. You got to think about what you're doing, man, because none of you are talking about being lawyers. There's a handful that I'll hear say, yeah, they want to be a doctor or they want to be a lawyer. But the majority of them, they're not mentioning that. That's what you guys got to try and focus on. Try and focus on making this world better, because at the moment, it's going to the dogs.
It's not going to
You
the
know?
dogs. It's gone to the dogs
Well,
already.
it's, you know,
Yeah.
but at the same time, when I say it's going to the dog, there's still hope, you know? So it's not completely it's going to the dogs, you know, because there's still some out there that's doing good, that's still going on the right, you know, they're still on the right track. However, there's some that's going the wrong way, they're heading down the wrong way. I see one little video going around where this little boy say, like the man ask him, one of him old elder them ask him, what you want to be when you grow up? You know what the boy say? I want to be a gunman.
You're joking.
Yeah. I want to be a gunman. So the man said, what do you mean you want to be a gunman? Yeah, man, because I want to kill off the police. And I want... Now, if what is in his head to make him want to be a gunman? What is in his head to want to kill off the police, who are, a lot of them, you know, people talk about police, that police are wicked or whatever, but there are a lot of good police out there that are upstanding and will look after people, you know what I mean? But this little boy...
Well, that is what the adults, they're saying. And he's listening to the adults.
Well, he's listening to some of the
Yeah.
the people that he's around, or
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
or it might be a thing where he's seen the. Remember, it's not even that he's listening to adults. Remember, there's a lot of games out there. You know, though I can't remember the name of them right now. I can see them. You know, Grand Theft Auto and things like that. So they're watching a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and they're online playing these games where they're able to shoot police. So it's that as well. So it's not that they're I wouldn't say that they're just listening to adults. It's what they're watching as well.
Yes.
And it's the games that they're playing. And a lot of them can't even go out on road because that postcode over there, you can't go from here to the traffic light from where we are here at number 1 Gypsy Road. By the time you cross over that traffic light, it's a different postcode.
Yes.
So you've got some kids, they won't go any further because it's a postcode. You know, it's a postcode war going on, and that's been going on for many years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But what I try and say, as a young person growing up, you have to have a mind of your own. I remember my son, big up yourself, DJ Sin. My son, then, when he was younger, and I said to him, listen, let me tell you something. You tell me, say you're in any gang. You make sure, say you are the leader. Make sure, say you are the leader, because you see, we have kids, and we have kids, but they don't belong to us. You know what I mean? And I learned that growing up myself, because as I said, talked about last week with my dad and stuff, we have kids, but they don't belong to us. They have a mind of their own. But you have to use that mind of your own that you've got in the right way. And I said that to my son, big up yourself, Jay Friller. You know what I mean? And I said, if you're going to be in a gang, you make sure say you are the leader. And he was never in a gang. He never went in a gang, you know?
That is one good thing.
You know, he was in music, you know, and he always stuck to the music. He done his music, and, you know, I'm going back deep now, you know, because a long time I know DJ Sin and thing, you know, him and my son, them go to school together, and rare, you know,
Yes,
all good, all decent guys, you know what I mean?
Yes, Lady J, I've got...
Oh, can I just say one thing?
yes.
My condolences going out to the Harris family at this present moment in time. Naya John, big up yourself. His brother, David, God rest his soul, his life was taken. Well, he lost his life battle against COVID, which I'm, you know, sort of like still in a bit of shock at the moment, because we all grew up together. And back in the day, because my daddy, God rest his soul as well, them used to call him Taylor, because daddy used to make clothes, you know, and he made clothes for everybody. Everybody knew Mr. Taylor. And back in the days, they used to call it pants length, and my dad used to make pants length for David and embroider them, and, you know. And yeah, I was so shocked when I got the news yesterday morning that David passed away. So my condolences going out to the Harris family at the moment. Mum's also in hospital. Their mum's also in hospital with COVID.
Wow.
You know, and so far she's stable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a bit
Well,
tough.
let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, so
for the
prayers
mom,
going up,
and
you know.
hope she might you know, get over it and
Yeah,
be
prayers
herself
going
again.
up, you know. So my deepest condolences to David, that's passed away due to COVID.
Yes.
Yeah. So Derek, big up yourself, stay strong, you know, and your missus as well. Big up on herself, stay strong in this crucial time at the moment.
Right.
Love and respect.
Well, I've got a bit of news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first one is Balam shooting. A young man in his 20s has been shot and killed on Thursday, this last Thursday. So, you know, I just can't understand why these youngsters going around, you know, using knives and guns and...
Well, going back to what I said, Mac, it's all about the postcode war. You know, there's a lot of the postcode war going on. There's a lot of scoring. You know, there's scores at the moment going on. You know.
What are you saying? Is scoring points or what?
Yeah, it's called scores. So they score points for stabbing someone or shooting someone. It's rough out there. You know what I mean? It's rough out there.
You know.
But that's why I say you've got to have your own mind and know to yourself, say, you don't want to be around that. I mean, I've helped a lot of young people that were in gangs and, you know, sit down and talk to them on a level, and, you know, they talk about why they ended up in gangs and wanting to get out of the gangs and how hard it is to get out of it and wanting to belong somewhere. Some of them, some young people, they're not even in their house. Some of them are living in various different places. Some of them have come out of Borstal and the parents don't want them back in the yard. So they end up joining a gang, or they end up living on the streets. Street kids, there's enough street
But their
kids
lives
out
are
there.
in danger as well.
Yeah. But you know, it's all about having a mind of your own, because as a young person, you have sense. You have sense to know right from wrong, and you've got to know. You've got to look at yourself. When I used to go into schools, we did this like a little test with a student, and we'd say, right, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? A lot of them would say, oh, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. However, there was some that would say, oh, I want to be in college, or I want to be working in my uncle's shop, or I want to be doing
something.
This. Some of them knew, but what you've got to take into account, Almac, not all the young people are doing that. There's a minority of some that some of them that are really, really doing good things out there.
Yes, I appreciate that. I know.
It's
definitely.
all about having young people. I know what Almac was saying about them stabbing up themselves. There's scores going around where they're scoring points to do a thing to another man. They're scoring points. Man and man is talking that, boy, this one ain't done that for, when I was a big man, this Ray, we done that, me have how much, sitting by my knife already and Ray, you know? And then you've got some of them that are like, boy, you ain't done the gang leaders that they're mixed up in the gang. Cause remember, when they're in the gang, they can't come out, you know? Some of them can't leave the gang. And then you hear them say it's live or die. So they're living in the gang. They know they're doing wrong. Some of them want to leave and they can't leave. They don't know how to leave until someone shows them how to leave. Some of them then want to leave and then can't leave. The only way them can leave is if them dead.
Yes,
so all them things are going on as well. But it's all, what I say to young people, it's all about have a mind of your own and think about the future because, you know, as I said, some of them are not talking about lawyers. You know, you're not hearing much about that. You're not hearing none of them talking about wanting to be doctors, teachers. Where are the teachers going to be? You know, for the generation like my kids, them and their kids. You know, there's not going to be many doctors. There's not going to be many lawyers.
Right.
It's all going to be online. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But I got one thing to say to the youngsters out there. When you do go out, make sure you protect yourself. When I said protect yourself, look who's around you, where you go, and who you talk to. Just bear those three things in mind. Because today, never know who is who. You can be talking to the wrong person. And like I said before, that person...
I just want to big up my brother Errol. Big up yourself. Good topic, sis. Thank you. Yep. Trixie Lee, thank you so much. I can't see the other comments. I know there's more comments there. Big up yourself, listeners. Thank you so much for listening. Yep. Almac, you were saying...
Yes, I lost my point now.
Get it back.
No, what I'm saying is that, you know, it's very, I know it's difficult for youngsters these days.
All we can do as adults is advise them.
That's all we can do. We can't do anything else.
And encourage.
Yes, and all the youngsters, you always look forward. Always, like Lady J said, have a mind of your own. Listen to your own body or your spirit.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, your mind, like your friend might say, oh, follow me, Yassa. And you think to yourself, boy, I don't really want to go, you know. That voice, where I tell you don't go. And then next thing you know, you go. And then something happens, you think, Jesus. You look back in hindsight and you say, my mind did tell me, say, you know, I shouldn't go.
Right.
You know, that's the voice that you got to listen to within you.
You have to listen to that voice.
You know, things that, you know, certain things that you know is wrong, things that are against your moral fiber. You know, that little nagging where you know, and you're on the road going, your mind did tell you not to go, you're not, and you're on the road, you don't even know. Because sometimes they follow their friend.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes they don't even know where that person's going, that person's going to stab up somebody. They say, yeah, we're going to, they want to feel like a sense of belonging. And then they'll follow that person. I know that, I'm sorry to cut you. I'll give you an incident. There was a young lady when I used to work for a charity called AGPAG. And it was an advisory group. So we mainly I was a school liaison officer at the time, and we went into various different schools. I was all over London, North London, East London, South London. Lillian Bailey's now, that used to be Beaufroy. So they changed to Lillian Bailey. So I was working in that school. And there was a young lady who decided that she wanted her, she was a good little girl, but very easily led, didn't have a mind of her own. And a young lady said to her, right, oh, this girl done me this and ray, and I'm going to go and do her something. You come in. Now, she had said, when she looked back in hindsight, she had said, I wish I didn't go. Because she ended up going with this friend to do something to the other girl, would never do her nothing. She was also a friend with the girl, but the girl never did her nothing, but she decided to go with the friend to go and do something to the girl. Now, what happened, the night that the friend pulled out a knife. Hey! The friend, Jerry P's in the house. So the friend pulled out a knife. Somebody else kicked the knife out of the friend's hand. The friend that went to stab up this girl. Somebody kicked the knife out of her hand, one of the other girl's friends. This girl that was asked to go with her, that didn't really want to go, she picked up the knife. When you talk to her, she didn't know why she picked up the knife. She picked up the knife, and it so happened, scuffle went on.
I see.
And she ended up stabbing the girl. So the girl that went to stab the girl didn't stab the girl. She who carried herself, pick up herself and go follow her friend, end up stabbing the girl, but all in the scuffle and everything. So she ended up doing time. And and she looked back and she said she wished she never went because her mind did tell her not to go, and she went. She was the one that went to trouble.
That is why I said to you, Lady J, always listen to your own self.
Well, I always say that,
Always
listen
to your own self,
you got
because
to
you
have
never
your
go
own
wrong,
mind. If your mind said don't go, because I went through that madness, following people.
Well, at least you never
up.
Stab anyone, did you?
No,
well,
but I did. But it could have happened. I'm not saying it could have happened because I followed people, getting myself mixed up in people that I shouldn't have been around. But it was just like a sense of belonging, a sense of, we used to go little rave and sneak out and go raving, and I enjoyed it. But like, when it came to like the badness of certain things, I tried to stay away from that. But I see, I saw a lot of things growing up, and I was around a lot of people that were doing really, really terrible things. And I thought to myself, no, you know what? You have to have your own mind in that things, because if you're not careful, you, the innocent one, that have nothing, it ain't got nothing to do with you. If somebody's got beef with someone, let them go on, go deal with it themselves. If it's a case where they want to go and deal with it, let them go on.
Exactly.
But they have a habit of bringing other people into it, and it's always the innocent ones that get themselves into trouble.
Yes. Well, Shasha Johnson, she still remain in a critical condition.
Yeah, there was a bit of fake news going around about her,
because you told me that.
Well, the thing was, it was announced. I literally saw it. I was sitting there with another lady doing hair that day, and it came up on the thing that she had passed away. But there's a lot of and this was on TV. So there's a lot of fake news because, a lot of people want her, they don't want her here, they want her dead.
They want her dead.
They want her dead. So, there's a lot of fake news going around about that.
But she's still fighting. And,
So I do apologize for that, guys. But it was shock to me as well.
Yes, because when you say that to me, I said no. Because I heard that she had an operation in her brain or something like that.
Yeah.
And she was more or less pulling through.
Yeah.
But she have another one.
I think this was the day when we heard, because even I was talking to the lady, because I was doing the lady's hair, and I said, we were both sitting there looking, and it was on the headlines thing that she had passed. I'm like, what? Is this for real? So, there's a lot of fake news going around as well. I do apologize for that. But yes, she's pulling through. Yeah.
Yes, okay. And
well, we hope she's pulling through, don't we?
I hope so. We all pray for her. We all pray for her,
they're still trying. They're still trying.
Metropolitan Police, they have now made 11 arrests in connection with the incident in Streatham last week.
Yeah.
11 arrests. Yeah, so that's one. And now, if you want to go to Jamaica, the government set Jamaica to be on UK green list of countries. So, is there a possibility if you go to Jamaica say later this year, then obviously I think you're free to go to Jamaica without any restrictions. Yes. So, yes, Lady J.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
here we are. This beautiful Sunday, although it's it's a little bit cold, because that's why I have my thingy on here, because when
Yeah, it's a bit,
came...
it's a bit of a weird weather. But yeah, I've got to big up my little tutor group. You know, they're doing so well because we're doing the First Give charity,
Okay.
where they had to, each tutor group had to pick a charity, which was more or less a local charity, because it's called First Give, the project, and they deal with well, basically the charity that wins. Sorry, the tutor group that wins, they'll win £1,000. So what we had to do, we had to figure out what we were going to do as a tutor group. It was a bit of a struggle because having year sevens, my tutor group's a year seven, and you know, working with year sevens, it's like a lot of miss, you know, it's like a lot of confusion, and we had to do it in a way where I had to pick a few of them to say, right, you guys are going to be responsible. The charity that we went for to support and do the project around was Macmillan. We were someone tried to hinder us against picking a big charity like Macmillan, but I think because of the there's a lot of people that are under Macmillan, and Macmillan are doing so much. You know, having my father died of cancer, and so Macmillan were very, you know, they're a very supportive charity. There's a lots of things that are going on. So I picked, you know, they decided, I didn't pick Macmillan, they chose it, and I said, well, we need a local charity that's going to be able to come and visit us in the school, and they'll do their presentation. Anyway, we decided to do a lucky dip. They also baked cakes. There was a bit of controversy at the beginning because it was like, are you really going to be baking cakes because of the COVID madness that's going on and everything? But luckily we were able, that we've given the go ahead, and they were able to bake cakes and sell the cakes, you know, and it was all done professionally, gloves and stuff, you know, mixing the green, you know, doing it all properly. And they did a lucky dip, and we've raised money. I think so far they've raised about 49 quid. And that's with the lucky dip.
That's not too bad.
That is, you know what, that is very good, because my tutor group, there was a bit of a battle because they almost didn't enter. You know, because there's some, anyway, we won't even go there, but they almost didn't enter, and literally, you know, they got in, and they'd done so well within a space of 2 days. So raising 40 odd quid, you know, on a lucky dip, and that's like, you know, they've got a box, and they put all different things in the box: pens, pencil, rulers, little compact mirrors, sweets. So when they put their hand, it's meant to be £1, but we said, all right, then bring it down to 50p, because if someone picks up a little what we used to call opal fruits.
Yes.
You know, it's like they put their hand in there, and it's what, they're going to pay £1 for an opal fruit? No. So I said, you got to think of something else. So they have like maybe 3 turns. If it's going to be £1, let them have 3, 4, 5 turns, if even something like that, because you got to think, if it's a packet of Starburst, you know, that costs about what, 60, 70p or something like that. And if they're only going to get 3 from the lucky dip, you've got to give them, you know, different, you know, more chances.
Yeah.
And luckily, people, you know, the kids were so good. You know, they were so eager. The lucky dip went, you know, it's going well. I mean, tomorrow is a presentation. So they're going to be presenting, doing their presentation on the charity that they've chosen. And a couple of the kids, they've witnessed cancer. So it's kind of a good experience for them, so they know what they're talking about, you know. And a lot of the charities, another tutor group went for Pride, and they went out and they bought little flags. Some of them made up little badges, and they're doing so well. They've raised, as far as I know, £50.
Oh, that's good.
On selling things that they made, badges, flags, little hats, all different things. So they're doing really, really well, and I'm really, really proud of them, because it takes a lot, because the year sevens, they've only just started school last year. They haven't had like what our year 8s and year 9s and year 10s and year 11s had. They came in at a time when it was COVID. So it was very tough for them. They started in a new school. It was a massive school because coming from primary school where they're in one room and all their lessons are based in one room and different topics are taught by one teacher. Having to go into a new school and having to find their way around the school, it's not easy. But they did it, So having to do this charity, they're having to do these things during COVID time and there's a lot of restrictions. They have done really well. So well done, guys. I big them up and they're still hard at it. So they've got until, they're doing a lot of stuff over the weekend as well. And I said, guys, I really commend you for this because even over the weekend, they're taking doing it in their own time, going to be making some more cakes and stuff with the opportunity to sell them. And, they're also buying stuff from shops and going to be putting it in the lucky dip box again, and people will be picking out and paying their little money.
Good.
And you've got big up some of the teachers then, because they've just literally just put money and not really taken anything from them.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Reminder, the show on Thursday.
What Thursday?
This coming Thursday.
No, it's been postponed. Yes, guys, our Beats World launch party has been postponed till the 22nd of July, if I'm correct. Hey, DJ Sin. It's been postponed till the 22nd of July because of the COVID, we were unable to have it on the 22nd.
Government restrictions.
Yeah. So, we got to follow the government restrictions because that's what it's about. So it's been postponed. So the Beats World Headphones launch party will now take place at the Ravensbury on the 22nd of July. So, looking forward to that. We're still promoting and we're doing really well.
Okay, because I did ask Sin this morning, and when he said that to me, and then I was a little bit surprised, but not surprised, if you know what I mean.
What did he say? So he told you that it's going to be on the 22nd?
No, only this morning.
Okay.
Only this morning he told me that.
Yeah, so it's not this Thursday.
It's not this Thursday
it's
at
not
all.
this
The
Thursday.
22nd of July, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Launch party. The headphones are doing quite well. The headphones. We're really looking forward to that. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Bearing gifts. Thank you. We got Jerry P here. Hey, Jerry P, you're gonna have a little chat,
Yeah.
Have a little chat with Jerry P.
Yeah, well, come on in. Have a little talk with Jerry P.
We got DJ Jerry P here. He's going to be one of the DJs. Thank you, Al Mac.
That's all right.
Jerry P is going to be one of the DJs on the Beats World launch party.
Yes, on the 23rd? Is it going to be the 23rd?
No, it's going to be the 22nd.
Oh, the 22nd of July.
22nd of July. I'm sure that's what I saw.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I've been so busy because of school and that. Hold on, where are we? Because of school stuff and that, I haven't really been too focused. I've just been sharing out the stuff.
That's it.
But I did see a little message that it was postponed till the 22nd of July.
Okay, well, I've got to let a lot of people know that as well. You know
Well,
what
the
I mean?
thing is, people have been hitting me up and I'm like, no, it's postponed, it's postponed. Where can we get our tickets? I said, well, you can get them on Eventbrite. Also, you can also pay at the door, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, hopefully you lot come and enjoy. No trouble.
And it's a really lovely
So
venue,
no
isn't it?
trouble. Yes, it's nice.
It's a really nice venue.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you something. I've been getting a lot of reviews. People are saying to me that, they're going to turn up. They're going to turn up. Why is it on a Thursday? That's the only problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. But it's one of them things because it's on a Thursday. I've got to go work the next day, and I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? So that'll be like what I will, mindset myself and say, well, you know what? Headphone launch party Thursday night.
Yeah.
At least it's Friday tomorrow.
That's
right. And I focus because there are times when, in this business that you got to bleach out and say, right, it's Friday now.
Yep.
Friday's the next day.
That's it.
I might not sleep tonight, but I'll have a little bit of rest,
And you know something? You know what's going to happen? You're going to say, boy, it's well worth it. because we've all been waiting for this, you know, this sort
Yeah.
of getting out business and enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, oh
you know
my
what I mean?
God.
It's been a long time, you know. So
Yeah. But what about the football?
what about the football?
Did you see all the people? Did you see all those people?
That's a big
Was it-
drop, isn't it?
Yeah, because you know I could see there was millions and millions of people. Was it at Leicester Square? Did you watch the football?
No, I didn't. I've been busy. I'm very
What?
busy.
The football was good. It was just a draw, really.
Oh, the England one.
Yeah, England
Oh, that was
and
rubbish.
Germany.
Oh,
But
England
there
and
was
Germany.
so-
No, that was England and Scotland.
England and Scotland. That's it. Yeah. Why have I got Germany on the brain?
That was yesterday.
There you go. But the people that were in Leicester Square, and I saw somebody was live, and then there was a comment. Someone said, "What about COVID?"
Oh, yeah, you notice. I noticed them
Did you see?
footballers.
Did you not see
Yes,
Leicester
them-
Square?
Them people, well, even the football players, they hug each other and kiss
I
each other when
know,
they
it was
score.
like-
So
you
where
know-
this all coming to plan?
It was like, what? What's happened?
It's
But
true.
yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to? How's your week been?
My week has been. Oh no, my week's been terrible.
Guy, London Hot
No.
Radio listeners, this is DJ Jerry P.
Yeah.
He will be on after me.
Definitely, I'm gonna try my best because I've had since the rain started, everything went wrong.
Oh dear. But the rain's supposed to be a
My
blessing.
vehicle,
Oh no.
the injection, fuel injector went on it. Then it rained again. RAC come, ring them up at 6 o'clock. They come at 11 o'clock.
You're joking.
Right, I was in the car sweating, the window steam up. Couldn't wee. Sorry, I don't mean that, sorry people, but...
Where were you?
Oh man, and I was only 10 minutes away from my house. That's the thing. That's the thing.
But the thing is, you can't leave your car, can you?
Can't leave it, you know what I mean? So I wasn't in a very good mood.
Oh no. Oh.
You know it is now, Mac, isn't it? You know.
I know.
Yeah? What do you expect?
It's good to have a bottle.
Yes, I know.
Oh my God, are you hearing him?
You know what? I could have got away with it because it was raining as well. Oh, anyway, people, sorry about that. Anyway, we're changing the
DJ
subject
Jerry
now.
P.
But that's how my day went anyway.
Oh, but that was it. When did that happen?
Friday.
Oh my God! But the rest of the week, how was the week? How was the days
Yeah,
before
but
that?
it's been good. You know what I mean? I've been very busy work-wise and that. But apart from that, that's the only thing that let me down, and that put me on a downer. On a downer for the rest of the week. But hopefully today's show's gonna be wicked. Father's Day crowd. Hey,
Yes,
come
happy
on,
Father's Day, you fathers out there. I haven't
That's
even
right.
shared anything on social
What?
media, you know.
You forget about. Oh,
No, I
well.
haven't forgotten. I've just been so busy. Even this morning, it was like, you know,
Yeah.
I was getting myself ready, and I looked at the time. I thought, oh my God! But I've been doing some other stuff because I'm lining up the artists that we've got coming in. You see.
Oh, that's good. That is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm
That's
lining
good.
up the artists, and you know, it's going okay. We got some great people coming on. I won't mention anyone yet. I think
Exactly.
some of you may have a little idea, but
Ooh.
but you know, it's not easy because, especially where I've got my main job, and there's stuff that I'm having to do in my main job as well. Hence, training courses. We're forever on training courses
Yeah.
because even though we are back in school and teaching students, we still have to put work on Google Classroom.
Anyway, does any of the students still call you mum?
Some of them do, yeah. Mom, I mean miss.
Yeah, that's it. You know.
So funny. But you know, it's because of because I'm a very caring person, you know, and even though sometimes I'll tell them off and I'll say, right, you're gonna get this is your first warning.
Yeah.
You know, they might be angry with me for a couple of days or whatever.
So, sorry, mum. Miss.
But I find with all ever since working in education, the boys are not too bad. It's the girls that hold the grudges.
I know.
Yeah, girls hold grudges.
Yeah.
As they say,
They hold it
hell
for
has
long.
no fury like a woman scorned.
Scorned. Thank you.
You know what I mean? And even when
That's
they're little
right.
girls, they're still, you know what I mean, hold the
Yep.
grudges.
Yep.
You know, but because we're having to put stuff on Google Classroom, and we're having to, you know, still make sure that it's easy accessible for the students, and a lot of the time they're still not accessing it. Some of them don't want to access it. Some of them, you know, because a lot of kids still are shielding from the corona.
Yeah, I
You know,
know,
they've
I
been
know.
in contact with people that have had, that have got corona, so they have to be shielded.
Yeah,
They
and
have
now
to- they have to,
and now they're getting their vaccination as well now, because
it's
you know what I
going,
mean.
yeah.
So, but you know what I mean. That's the way this society's going. Everyone's going to be, have to have the
Yeah, I
vaccination.
think, as much
it's a
as we might
vaccination
say-
passport, as you say.
Yeah, because if
So-
you're going to want to go anywhere, it's so hard. Because I mean, even when I say that, even the vaccine for me, it's like at the end of the day, I've never had the flu jab, never. I've always been offered, and never taken
That's
it.
right.
But because as an artist, and we, hopefully, God willing, there's a lot of different shows lined up that people are lining up overseas and stuff and that. And I know
it.
I'm not going to be able to go. I won't be able to go if you ain't got a vaccine.
That's it. That's
You
it.
know what I mean?
That's it.
So all those things that people are thinking about, a lot of people want to travel. One of my colleagues at work, she's had the vaccine, and it's because she's got to go to one of her cousin's wedding in Canada.
Something like that.
We break up in July, and we are off for 6 weeks. So during that time, her cousin's getting married. We don't go back until
See
September.
what I mean? 6 weeks,
But we need it. I'm telling you, we need it.
These teachers always go on that. They need this break.
We do.
You know,
what you talking about,
Think
Jerry
of the
P?
mothers and the fathers that have to put up
Listen,
with those kids
when
for 6
the-
weeks. Yeah.
So think of us that have had to put up with them for every day.
We just say,
Do you
please
know-
take them back. Please take them. Please, I'll pay you.
We need our rest. We need to recuperate and come back to normal, because I tell ya,
Yeah, really.
it is so hard. It is so hard, because when the kids are in school with us, we're
Yeah.
responsible for them.
Oh, yeah, but that's.
We are solely responsible. If they fall over and cut their knee
Yeah.
or bust up their lip, we have to write a statement.
Yeah.
If they were around us
Yeah.
and they've hurt themselves,
You'd
we have
laugh,
to
innit?
write. No, we wouldn't. Jerry P, it's all massive. No, I wouldn't laugh. Safeguarding.
Safeguarding. It's true,
Right?
safeguarding.
I wouldn't laugh. I get worried.
I know I would.
I would get worried. This man.
Yeah, man, don't worry.
I get worried
Get
because
up,
if
you big baby. Get up. What are you crying for? You know what I mean? You big 16-year-old, you drop. Come on. Big up
He's
yourself.
horrible, isn't he? No, we have to write a statement to say if we were around that child when that child got hurt, we've got to write down what we see.
Yeah, but say
You
you
know-
didn't see it.
But if we didn't see it, we don't need to write nothing.
Okay
But
then.
if we see it, we have to write something. We have to write what was happening. You like when we see
Yeah.
the children, like they got a habit of rocking on chairs. We used to do that.
Yeah, that's
You know-
right.
you know when
We
you
did.
rock
We
the
rocked
chair backwards and thing.
Like rock the boat,
Now,
innit? Yeah, we rock the boat, babe. Yeah, we rock the boat. Go on. Good subject anyway, go. Good topic.
No,
About
the
rocking
amount
the
of
chair. Go
kids,
on.
the amount of kids I say to them when I see them rocking it, sit on a chair properly. Sometimes it gets to the stage now when they see me come in, like they'll be like,
Yeah.
they're
yeah.
rocking and
They
sit up
sit
quick.
up straight, did it?
You know,
Yeah,
because
I
they know
I know.
Miss is going to say, sit on the chair properly.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving them the whole shebang. I say, sit on the chair properly, because anyhow you fall, I don't have no time to write no statement. I've got too many things to do to write a statement.
Yeah.
However, if you fall, I will have to write that statement, but please, sit on the chair properly. You know?
Yeah, but some of them don't listen though.
Some of them don't listen.
Some
A couple of them
don't listen.
fall, you know.
Yeah,
but-
and then you laugh.
No, I don't laugh.
You laugh at the ones that don't listen.
No, I don't
If you
laugh.
don't,
I can't do
if you
that,
don't hear, you must
Jerry.
feel. True. I told you
Yeah,
so. I told you so.
When me tell you.
Yeah, sit on the chair
I
properly.
remember one child falling and
See, I
a
told you it's
child-
coming
a
out
child-
now.
A child falling on the chair, and because I said to that child, I said, "Listen, stop rocking on the chair because you're gonna fall, and when you fall, everyone's gonna laugh at you."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They never listened. Fell on the chair. You know what the child said when they got up? Serve my right. That was a little the year 7. Serve my right, because I didn't listen, did I, miss? I said,
Is it?
London Hot
Yeah,
Radio.
man, that is true.
serve my right, innit, miss? And I tell you, I did laugh at that because I just found it hilarious.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, you know, we're responsible for them.
Yeah.
And, you know, loads of things happen. I mean, if, you know, you got kids come in and say, oh, miss, I don't feel well. So, you know, I'll have to make sure, send them to the first aid office and let them check them out, take their temperature and so
Yeah,
forth. Because
yeah.
it could be anything.
Yeah.
You'll have some of them that pretend because they might want to get out of a lesson. They might not want to do maths or don't
I
want to
was
do
one
English.
of them. I was one of them. God.
Really?
Yeah, I hated games.
PE?
No, cross country. in the winter.
Do you know what? We had to do cross country.
Yeah, but they always chose, you know what I mean, like me
Did
to
you go
do the
Morden?
sports.
What school did you go?
Oh yeah, we used to go Morden, the big
The
field.
big Morden.
Yeah, and they had the archery. Remember they had the archery thing
Yeah,
there?
we did
Yeah,
archery
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I went
Wow.
Ernest Bevan,
Ernest
if
Bevan.
everyone wants to know, yes.
Yeah, I went Priory Park. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I used to bunk games all the time.
So many people bunked
Yeah.
games, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to
I did
bunk
it a
it.
couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got caught though.
I remember. Do you
I was
know
lucky.
what?
I was.
Do you remember? Do you remember going cross country and there was a big, because it was Malden we had to go
Yeah,
to,
that's right.
and I remember this. There was a section when we had to go because we had to go around the perimeter of Malden.
Yeah.
However, sometimes we'd run across and whatever. And I remember there was a part where there was a ditch. Oh, you're on soon, ain't ya?
Well, 4:30. I'm on.
You on 4:30?
No, 4 o'clock. I mean, sorry.
Oh, what's the time now? It's not that
It's
time
only
yet,
free.
is
It's
it?
only free. Yeah, 20.
Oh, Almac's got somewhere to go, haven't you, Salma? Oh no!
What?
You're
Oh
joking!
man.
Oh my
Well,
word!
I tell you what, Almac, you can come on the show and say I apologise.
You
for
better
not-"
say, yeah, you
Yes,
could
you
do
better
it, yeah,
apologise
yeah.
now. Oh, I'll apologise for you. Sorry, people. I held back Almac back.
No, he knows me. He knows me.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoying this topic.
Yeah.
Errol, what's that say on there?
That's my brother,
Is
Big
it?
up yourself, bro.
Yes.
He said, "Good topic, sis."
Ah, that's
And
good.
Trixie Lee. I can't see the rest. Can you scroll up? How do we?
Yeah.
Let's see the rest
see,
of.
yeah,
Big
let's
up
see what else
Trixie
we
Lee.
got.
Big up yourself. Errol. Big up yourself, my brother.
Yeah.
Mar-
Marina.
Marina.
Cry. Marini Cry.
You know what? I'm so sorry. I can never pronounce your name. You know. Marini.
Nice name anyway, but
Yeah,
can't-
good. Bless up yourself. Enough respect.
Father Fox, what are you tuning in for?
No,
That was this
Morning.
morning. Okay. Yes. Anyway, I hope all the listeners out there have enjoyed this show. You know, these various topics. you
Yeah,
know what I
it is
mean?
various topics because I
Yeah.
never really have a set to say, right, I'm going to talk about this or I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I talk about anything. Because even the elephants, the elephants, where are they now?
What do you mean the elephants?
I knew he'd say that. I
What
love
are you
you.
talking about elephant for?
There's some Asian elephants, sorry.
Okay.
They are travelling through Asia. No one knows where these elephants are going.
The
Yeah,
penguin.
they're at it now, aren't they? But do you know, one of the elephants has strayed and gone about his business.
Yeah? What's his name? Dumbo. You know what I mean?
in China they got
Penguins
penguins walking like man.
walking like man.
Not
You-
just one.
You
Not-
better
not
say this
just-
on live,
no,
Almac.
yeah.
What-
Not just
what's
one.
that?
Not just one.
Listen,
Did you see it?
Almac's saying that there's penguins walking like man. You know, man.
But you know penguins.
Yeah. Well, I saw the
All over China.
all
In
over China.
So what was the news on that? What's
Yeah.
what's the dilly with that?
I saw that
On the news?
no, not on the news. I saw that on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are they saying about them?
Yeah.
They-
Yeah, these all these penguins,
What they?
where they coming from, they don't know where they're going.
Oh, they're at it as well.
They just keep marching. Okay. Well, they know something that we don't know. That's what
Definitely.
it
I
is.
said last week.
They know
Yeah.
something that we don't know, and like if there's and you said marching like man, so boy, that might be the new alpha bean. You know what I mean? Like
Take America. All these things for 70 years they live on the ground. They come out now. You know these. I don't know what you call him. No, I don't want to say. I don't know what you call him, but they're like something like bees, but they're quite big.
I don't know.
Millions of them come out the ground.
Well, I heard about the mice in Australia,
Oh
but
my
I don't know about
God.
the bees.
Yeah,
So
there's a
something-
lot of
Something's going on. Something
yeah.
is definitely going on.
They talk about this being the last days, innit, and all
Yeah.
these things, revelation time.
well,
Them say,
well, you know
but
what?
for years
Could be
things
right.
have been happening
It could be
because I mean
right.
we had the locusts.
Yeah.
I think last year or something like that.
If you think about it, technology has gone so quick. You know what I mean? Since the mobile phone was first invented, it's gone from just making the call to seeing yourself and doing all sorts of things. You know what I mean?
What the Bible
On
says?
the phone.
What the Bible said? knowledge will be increased.
That's right. Knowledge
Yes,
will be
and
increased.
it is being increased, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also, if you think about that, it's like everything we us as humans cannot keep up with it. Our brain
yeah,
cannot
that's true.
retain all
Yeah.
that information.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
making things too easy for us to understand. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or you know what I mean? Like with maths. You know, like if you're gonna do maths, you used to have to memorize it. Yeah. Now, you got a calculator. You just go on your phone. You go on your watch. You go on everything. You know what I mean? So our brains have been trained to be lazier. You know what I mean? We're not acknowledging things.
Yeah,
When-
that's true, you know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anything that happens in society, you know what I mean? Oh, you hear about this or you hear about that. Or, but us as human beings or people don't do nothing about it. We just text each other and say, oh, have you seen this or have you seen that? You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
need to start speaking
So what they're
for
saying,
themselves.
You should not work your own brain. They'll work it for you.
That's what they're doing. That's what I think they're doing. You know what I mean? I think they're working our brain.
They're doing it.
Well, they are doing it. They are doing
Yeah,
it.
because they're coming with all these different, I mean, we got Snapchat, we got TikTok,
Yep.
there's even I've been watching TikTok quite a lot. I'm getting quite a lot of jokes from TikTok because they got these dogs,
Yeah.
and these dogs are proper having conversation. But I mean, it's people's voices behind them.
Oh, I
But
thought,
it's just so hilarious.
I thought it was something serious. I thought you were going to go on. You went on about the
elephant.
the elephant. I'll make about the penguin.
Yeah.
I was just about to go on about the monkey, but me now do that.
What's happening with the monkey?
I don't know yet. But
But
yeah,
there is a lot going on, and I
There
think
is.
it's all about
there's too much going on. There's too much.
There's a
going
lot
on.
going on, but it's all about having your own mind at the end of the day. Because we've
yeah,
got,
but-
Michael Jackson, rest him soul. And when him say, look how many years people are singing for "Make the World a Better Place,"
Yeah.
and is it happening?
No.
Some places.
No.
Every song come out of Jamaica is about God.
Yes. Yeah.
Every reggae song.
Every reggae song, yes, and
Because
most
Jamaican
most reggae
people are
songs.
thank you.
you.
They're very religious.
Yeah.
Very religious.
And also every reggae song has a meaning.
Yes.
They sing with what's happened. You know what I mean?
What's
What's
going to
happening, and you know what I mean? They sing about their culture or what's going on. But it's like the music of today. Sorry, people, I'm gonna have to speak it the way I speak. The new tunes like these kids listen to. I don't really like because it's all to do with like either violence. or stereotyping people and like it to do with race or you know what I mean, like when they say my nigger, you know what I mean, and then I see a white guy singing that song saying my nigger, and they're looking at him saying you're not allowed to use that language, you know what I mean, but half these youths don't even know what nigger means. You understand what I'm trying to say?
They don't know the
They
fullness
don't know
of it,
the
do they?
fullness of it. Or the,
And I think, you know what, I think they know, because they must know.
some of them don't, you know.
Some of them don't know, and
Yeah.
some of them do know. But the ones that do know, they're still doing, wearing the trousers down. Some of them at school have to say, listen, pull up your trousers.
That's right. That's what I say.
I tell
as
them
well.
straight out on business.
I say that as
Pull
well.
your trousers up. You're not on road now.
Yep. And even if you
When
are
you're on road, you do that when you're not around here, but not on my watch.
Yep.
They're like, little road man, hey, what do you think you're doing? Pull up your trousers and tie up your belt.
It is
They
true.
call it drop-down trousers.
It is. Well, you're right. It is dropped down.
And they don't
trousers.
realise
They
that's
don't
a
realise.
prison thing, isn't it?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It
Come
is.
on, guys.
It is. It is.
You know what I
it's
mean?
a prison thing, an American prison thing. And if you really want to know about it, do your research, kids. You know what I mean?
Come on, guys,
Pull
and
your trousers up.
research.
Wear a belt. You know what I mean? That's what the belt is for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even though my parents used to use it on me, but that's different. Yeah. But.
Hey, listen, I remember them days, because I was a really naughty little girl,
Yeah.
I was a good girl, but
You know, it's
I was a little bit mischievous,
Yeah,
And
I think we all were.
I remember my dad, getting mad. Hey, Errol, brother Errol. Remember my daddy, I get mad, And my daddy, I say, anyhow, you think say, yeah, woman in ya. I'm saying, like, I want to go ice skating.
Yeah.
You're not going on ice skating.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I want to go ice skating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My daddy be like, anyhow, you think say, any woman in ya.
Yeah.
You'd make a sad mistake if you think, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to ice skating. You know what I mean? When I come home, it's like, my dad's with his belt.
Ah,
You know?
Yes.
And we got them licks. You know what I
Right,
mean? They
that's
never
right.
did us any harm, really.
No,
Did well.
you
You
know
know what I
what?
mean? Some of us survived it.
Yeah, but we had more respect.
And it gave us respect. I'm not
respect.
saying that you must hit your children because,
No.
you know, say it's all about safeguarding
No,
right now.
That's right. That's
But-
right.
You have a problem.
But us, us in our days, it was really rough out there. Enough of us had to learn the hard way because some of we was bad breed picnic,
It's true. If we brought a letter home from the school, you know what's going to happen. If the police ever turn up to the door,
Listen. And our parents were very much in supportive of. I remember my dad saying to my headmistress, if she misbehave, don't hesitate to beat her.
What?
Yeah. And a lot of our parents in those days were like, yeah, do what your teacher say.
Yeah.
They give the teachers permission.
Permission.
Yeah. I remember getting a couple whacks in my hand by my headmistress.
I did as well.
Ours was with the ruler. It wasn't the cane.
Remember last week I said that one teacher called me. Oh, good.
Oh, Almac's putting a song on. Hey.
Yes, this is Lady J and Jerry P. Hey.
Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror.
Lady J.
He coulda rough, he coulda tough some more. We gotta make it. Lioness, I trod the battlefield hardcore. Chances, we gotta take it. There's no fail without trying. Must prevail, I ain't trying. Gideon soldiers, no more crying. Every time we make it to the top, someone will try to break you down. Every time you give it your best shot, someone is there to block you out. Don't let them break you down. Don't let them break you down. Cause every time you make it to the top, listen, there'll be mountains to climb, so I stay on my grind, making up my mind as the sun a shine. I must win this time with a sense of pride. All my queens inside, all my kings in time. I just talk to every warrior, facing the system and every barrier. I listen. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, we are conqueror. Conqueror, conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror, say we are conqueror. Conqueror. He coulda rough, he coulda tough some more. We gotta make it. Lioness, I trod the battlefield hardcore. We gotta make it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time we make it to the top, someone will try to break you down. Every time you give it your best shot, someone is there to block you out. Don't let them break you down. Don't let them break you down. Cause every time you make it to the top.
Yes, people. Yeah, London Hot Radio, thank you so much for joining us today on this God Bless Dear. Love you all bad. We're out of here. Jerry P's coming on in the next 10-15 minutes or so, I reckon. Big up yourselves. Love you all. Have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you all. One love, one aim, one destiny. Cha!
London